The two men in the last hour who look most likely to be facing off in the for the US presidency come November have both been on stage. President Biden a couple of hours ago there. This was the scene as President Trump's supporters waited for him. Now, as you might expect, both men have very different tones in how they deliver their messages, but their overarching themes are surprisingly similar. It's all about American democracy.
This is not rhetorical, academic, or hypothetical. Whether democracy is still America's sacred cause is the most urgent question of our time. And it's what the 2024 election is all about.
Our country, we're going to defeat crooked Joe Biden, and we're going to make America great again. Right?
There is one event that's central to all of this. This is a campaign ad by Harry Dunn. He was a police officer during the storming of the Capitol on January the 6th and has just announced that he's running for Congress as a Democrat. That event was the culmination of what became known as the big lie, the claims by the Trump campaign that the election was stolen. Hundreds have been convicted for their actions that day. President Trump has been charged with a wide-ranging conspiracy to defraud the electorate. With the same two men, Biden and Trump, looking set to go head-to-head again this year, January the 6th could become a central theme.
I think both parties are going to focus a great deal on January 6th in this campaign. I think both of them have strategic reasons to do so, and they're going to try to take advantage of those. Obviously, their perspectives and their approach and their interpretations are going to be very different, but I think that reflects the division that we see in American society today.
Now, if you want to understand just how polarized the US is right now, look at this data. It found nearly 90% of Democrats think a second Trump term would damage democracy. It also found that just over 80% of Republicans think the same thing about a second Biden term. But what's really interesting is that more than half of independent voters think a second term for either man would negatively affect US democracy.
I think we're probably as divided as we've seen certainly in my lifetime, but not even agreeing on the rules of the game. And when you have that fall apart, it's hard to predict what's going to happen. And we don't have, I don't think, good solutions for moving forward. It's going to take a lot of time, and there's every reason to believe that we're at risk of more political violence.
And while, of course, there are many other issues facing the US electorate, whether it's immigration or the economy, it seems it is American democracy that will not only be a deciding factor in this election, but some say will be at stake.